Hello all. Welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I am your host, Alyx, just Alyx. Bet you're wondering what I'm doing up here. I know I told you guys this past Friday I had no plans of watching the show. I had no plans of reviewing the show because the hype for it was trash. I mean, what do you expect when you put two pay-per-views back to back together within 10 days? One of them is going to take a hit. Guess which one took a hit? This one. No Roman Reigns, no Goldberg, no John Cena, no Brock Lesnar, no McIntyre, no one. None of the big top stars, well, except for one who made a surprise return that we didn't expect or we didn't see coming. But other than that guy, we'll get to him in a second, none of the top stories got any time on this show.
Did you know about Stone Cold Steve Austin will be Raw in 2 weeks?
Yes, Sam, they kept telling us about it over the last few shows, but thanks for reminding the fans that Stone Cold Steve Austin will be on the 316th episode of Monday Night Raw, because Raw 316 says Austin is awesome. Anyways, now, the reason why I decided to talk about the show, even though I told you I wasn't going to, what changed my mind is the question you're asking. It's as simple as this. I saw the card, and I noticed it's all talent that don't get TV time. Most of the people on this show, the Drew Gulaks, the Liv Morgans, the Sarah Logans, the Ruby Riots, got some tag teams in there, the Murphys, the Buddy Murphy, but the Murphys, the Street Profits. It was an opportunity for the Aleister Blacks, the people who don't get a lot of TV time, the ones who don't matter in the eyes of Vince McMahon, to shine. And I felt it would be hypocritical of me, someone who touts, please push the future, please make these guys matter.
Taker versus Edge will steal the show.
Edge. Taker versus Edge. AJ will steal the show. We'll see about that, buddy. But I'm always touting that WWE needs to showcase the younger, the newer, the hungrier generation more, and stop giving us these old school, well past their prime talent, Goldberg. If I didn't watch this show, I have no room to talk. I would have no ground to stand on. I can't come up here and tell you it's all about the future, make it all about the future, and then skip this show. I felt it was my duty to watch Elimination Chamber. It was my duty to review it and give it the same amount of respect or critical thinking, critical grading, critical analysis that I would give Raw, SmackDown, NXT, any other show. It didn't feel right. It didn't feel like skipping this show. Ironically, though, this show is skippable. When it comes down to it, Elimination Chamber 2020 did absolutely nothing for me. I didn't hate it. Didn't like it. It was just there. The very definition of a nothing show. So if you skipped it, okay, you didn't miss anything. Everything you predicted to happen, and trust me, most of these matches were extremely predictable. Everything you predicted to happen, happened. Nothing else came out of it. Nothing else will shock you if you watch this show. You'll get some passable matches.
Vince needs to go.
We agreed on that, Darnell. Thank you for the donation. You'll get some really good matches here and there. I thought the opener was very strong. And then the U.S. title match was also really strong. But after those two matches, it was a straight decline until the end. So we'll do a full breakdown here in this review. If you like what I have to say and you want more from your boy, Alyx, just Alyx, do me a favor. Like the video, hit that subscribe button, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. While you're at it, if you really want to help expand the brand, you can do the following. Like me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter at VX1 Alyx's World. And before we get to donations, I need to plug this real quickly. I now have a subreddit page. That's right. We are now on Reddit. It is called The Wrestling Safe Space. I have a very fine young man running the website. He is going to be in charge of managing, of promoting mashups, video snippets, highlights of my podcast, sound bites, if you will. He is going to be in charge of that. He is going to make this thing work. It's just a trial run right now. We're going to try this out. If it fails, it flops, it's okay. At least we tried. But if you are someone who uses Reddit a lot, we have a subreddit. I recommend you give it a follow, you subscribe. I don't know how Reddit works, so whatever you guys do on Reddit, you do it with that page, and be ready to discuss wrestling. You guys are free to make topics. You guys are free to create a safe space for adults, because that is something I'm trying to do here on YouTube and on social media. We are trying to create a safe space for wrestling fans, adult wrestling fans, to discuss wrestling. So give it a try. Give it a try. If you're on Reddit, check it out. Link to it is down below in the description. The link is actually here on the screen in case you're looking for it. You can donate using PayPal, Patreon, and yes, even Super Chat, as you've seen with Darnell, Sam P. Boone, and who was the third guy? I don't want to look you over, buddy, but whoever else donated, you've seen other people give their thoughts. You can also email me at justalyxsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries and Q&A. And also, buy yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees. We got the old school Deluxe Man t-shirt for all you throwback fans, but we also got ourselves Alyx's World t-shirts made by J Knox and, of course, Ashton from Twitter Wild. Diego, that's who it was.
Do you think Shayna will get the Ronda treatment?
I would think she would. I don't know. I don't know if Shayna impresses Vince as Ronda did, or as Charlotte and other very gifted women would, if you know what I mean. After my review, I will go straight to the live chat. I will let you guys have the floor. You will give me your thoughts on the show, and I will just respond to it here while reading it. Quick shout-outs to the following. We got Tino Bills YT, David Zakaria, Diego Perez, Adam Ritter, Axel Bonella, Kashoot Prince, Deepak CR7. I was going to say RC7, not quite. CR7, Ajax25, AJ Envoy, Y2 Jericho, D the original 31. I also think I saw Elias Ademi in the chat. So this chat as it is right now is a little late. But okay, well here it comes. It's catching up now. Eddie Lamb Music, Jordan Williams. What's up, man? Good to see all y'all here. Good to see you all. Hope you guys are having a great time. Christopher Carter. We got one of my moderators in the house, Firestar Hart. Check him out. He has a YouTube channel. Oh, I'm going to get this name wrong. Is it Bratisse? Bratisse Talks Wrestling. Close enough. ABJ504, Sam P. Boone, Joseph Winters, Shannon M365, Justin, Leo Milano. I think I got it. Prince Rockstar, who apparently is a fan of Liv Morgan. Sorry, buddy, but she's mine. Jonathan Ayala. I get all the girls. Justin, Nolan, Mark, ZM09, Bo Dallas. All you have to do is believe. And then finally, for now, Can You Girloo? Can't close enough. Actually, the last one will be Ricky Williams. All right. If I don't see your names, not because I hate you, mostly because this chat's a little bit late, so don't take it personally. Oh, and Pikachu Black. All right. Let's get to this. pay-per-view. Pay-per-view. My favorite match of the night was the opener. That was Drew Gulak versus Daniel Bryan. I'll admit I have not been following SmackDown over the last few weeks, so I have no idea why this is a thing. I think the commentators mentioned Drew Gulak watching Bryan's matches from commentary and basically saying, I know all your weaknesses. And that's it. That's it. That's the basis of the feud. But although the premise is a little weak, I love the dynamic. What we have here is that whole comic book arch nemesis dynamic, where you have the hero and then you have his dark reflection, aka the Flash, and then Zoom, Professor Zoom, or Reverse Flash, aka Lex Luger and Superman, aka Batman and well, I have to be careful. I shouldn't say Superman and Lex Luger, because that's completely different. I guess with Superman it would be that screwed up version of his that's a monster, or maybe an alternate universe Superman, or what's his name? Superman from the what's that video game's name? It's the video game where Superman's evil, but it's in a different dimension. Injustice Superman versus Superman. There you go. You get the idea. Dark Reflections, or another one would be Shazam and Black Adam. This was an excellent match. These two went in there, had what I felt was a technical wrestling masterpiece. It was one of those mat grappling amateur wrestling matches that you used to see back in the day with the Dean Malenkos, the Kurt Angles, the Chris Benoits. Yes, I'll say his name. I understand that a lot of you don't like him for good reason. But back in the day, he was someone who was good at it. So if you're a fan of that style of a match, this is the match for you. I loved it. I thought it was amazing. I love that during the match, when Gulak would out-wrestle Bryan, he would get frustrated and leave the ring, which is something you don't see from Bryan. Like, that kind of stuff is what I look for. That is the kind of character stuff that I see in matches that make me go, where is this? Why don't we see this more often? Because when you see Bryan leave the ring, which typically is a heel thing to do, he's the babyface leaving the ring. You go, man, what? McIntyre. No, it's not McIntyre. Drew Gulak, although they're very similar. Drew Gulak is really giving Bryan hell. What really gets on my nerves, though, just to detour away from the match, is you look at Gulak and you see what he's done on the main roster and 205 Live, if you've been keeping up. Some people have watched him on NXT. Some remember him from the Cruiserweight Classic. Whenever you watched him, you can just look at him and go, this guy is awesome. He has a personality. He's awesome inside the ring. He has a great look. He looks great. The only issue is, what is the issue? Hold, time out. What's the issue? Oh, hold on. I forgot. 205 Live. He's too goddamn small. If the man was, I don't know, 235, maybe even 250, a little bit more muscle, Vince would love him. He'd be in that main event scene, I would think. But because he's a cruiserweight, I guess he goes, he's too small. He's like Shorty G. God damn it, he's like Shorty G. Well, isn't his last name G? He's Shorty G.2. Oh my god.
Reminds me of Chris Benoit matches back in the day.
It did. My favorite spot, actually, I wouldn't even say my favorite spot, was when Bryan countered the Dragon Sleeper, the Gulak, into the Bell Lock. That was awesome. I bet some of you thought I was going to say that German suplex spot. No! That was crazy. I almost just lost it. Hold on. Let me get this super chat out the way.
What is your take on that mysterious white ring of light that's been appearing on recent WWE programs? It appeared on the TV backstage tonight also.
The mysterious glitch that you usually see with the circles, the white circles. I predicted on my SmackDown review that was Mustafa Ali. Because it reminds me of the little hand glove that he has that glows in the dark. So I think it's Mustafa Ali. That's about it. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know what it means. It just means he's coming back in my eyes. But yeah, I bet some of you thought I was going to say that crazy-ass German suplex spot where Bryan landed on his neck. Hell no, that was not my favorite spot. That got me extremely worried. I thought I'm sorry. I am very terrified nowadays when wrestlers land on their neck. Especially with all these neck injuries. Especially Bryan. Bryan has had a history of neck injuries. I'm scared that all it takes is for one mistake to happen. Well, yeah, mistakes like that to happen. And his career's over. It's not like WWE was going to let him wrestle anyways. Bryan had to go through 3 years. Yeah, 2015 to 2018. 3 years of hell. Of not being able to live the life he wants to live. And they were determined to not let him wrestle. And then for some, God knows reason, they said, you know what, Bryan, we're going to let you wrestle again. Oh, I know why, because he threatened to leave. He told them, if you don't let me wrestle, I'm leaving. And they said, okay. Relax. We'll let you wrestle. Goddamn. Like, they basically said, we would rather keep him and let him wrestle than let him go to AEW. Or New Japan Pro Wrestling, or whatever company he wanted to go to. But when you see spots like that where he landed on his neck, you just get worried like, shit. You are one injury away. You are one injury away from WWE saying, that it. No more wrestling. So yeah, I was worried. But it was one of those things where you got scared for the moment, but then he finished the match and everything was alright. So it was like, okay, you lucky bastard. Don't scare me like that again. Bryan ends up making Gulak tap out with that awesome counter to the Gulak. I want another match. I want a rematch. Make it a best of 7 series. Make the last match an ultimate submission. Screw it. If Bryan has nothing to do, literally nothing to do at WrestleMania, which I think he will. I think he's going to be fighting Sami Zayn. He should fight Sami Zayn, in my opinion, for the IC title. That's what I would do. Bryan versus Sami Zayn with, of course, Nakamura and Cesaro ringside. I would want to see that match. Spoiler alert, Sami Zayn beat Braun Strowman for the IC title. Do you care? Because I really don't really care about spoiling it. We'll talk about the match in a second. But some of you who are watching me already saw the show. If you're watching this review, you already saw the show. But yeah, Bryan could end up fighting for the IC title. I'm fine with that. But if he has nothing to do, put him in another match with Drew Gulak. Ultimate submission. Really expand this feud. Play up that dark dynamic. The dark reflection dynamic that I brought up. Sorry about that. I got someone messaging me while I'm talking. But yeah, man, it's one of those things where it's my friend John. You're good. I just need to say, I would hate for after having a match like this, Drew Gulak falls back into obscurity. That should not happen. This man is way too goddamn good to not be doing anything on SmackDown. He can talk. He's an excellent wrestler. He can tell a story. He can play a character. Give him something to do. And if you can't figure it out, send him to NXT. Don't just have him sit backstage and eat food and catering. He's too good for that. Especially after a match like this. You better not do it. If you can't figure out If you can't figure out what to do with them, give them to Bryan again at WrestleMania.
Bryan vs. Zayn vs. Gulak for IC title at WM36.
That sounds awesome, actually. I would turn it into a 6-pack challenge. Bryan, Zayn, Gulak, Cesaro, Nakamura, Strowman. Yo, better yet, ladder match. There you go. That's your ladder match. That's what I would do. So many things you can do. The triple threat idea sounds great. You can still do Sami Zayn versus Bryan. There's so many things we can do. And if it was up to me, if they put Drew Gulak in that title picture, I would give him the belt. No offense to Sami Zayn. We'll talk about him in a second. As I said, Gulak is way too good, man. You gotta use him. You gotta use him. If it was me, he would be used to the max. So, give me your thoughts on Gulak and Bryan. I thought it was an awesome match. I think I gave it an A-. Second match was Andrade versus Humberto Carrillo. Once again, for the 100th millionth time for the Universal title. I wish. Psych! It will never be for the Universal title. The United States Championship, excuse me. Like all their other matches, this is yet another really good match. They have yet to have a bad match, I think. A lot of their matches are solid to good. We probably had like one decent match, but we don't really get bad matches from these two. This was just a really good match. Here's the issue. They've had thousands, what feels like millions of other good matches that don't stand out. Because they keep fighting each other every single goddamn show, every single goddamn pay-per-view. Didn't they have a championship match at Rumble? Like, guys, can we do something different? Like, I'm getting sick and tired of seeing the same people fight each other. Look, I love Ray and Andrade, and honestly, if they're gonna have a match at WrestleMania, do it. Fine. I'm still willing to see that match because it's history. But I'm getting tired of seeing the same pairings together. Ray, Humberto, Andrade, and Angel Garza. Why are they a thing? Because they're luchadors. Are there literally no one else for these guys to fight? But alright, I mean, if you're so desperate to put them all together, make it a fair 4-way at WrestleMania. Angel, Andrade, Ray, Humberto. Might as well, right? That would be an excellent match to do at WrestleMania, by the way. I mean, Andrade cheated to be Humberto. He has issues with Ray. And we can have Angel turn on him sometime, tomorrow night on Raw. And it could be because Zelina is more interested in Angel than Andrade. Because they've been having a dissension for a while, too. So, who knows? There's so many ways you can go about it. But this was a good match. And Andrade cheated to retain the belt. He pulled on the tights of Humberto. Second best match in the show. It's all downhill from here. Before we talk about the tag team chamber match, I think that was next. I'm pretty sure it was next. Yeah, it was. Philadelphia. This crowd was terrible. You know you were. If you bought a ticket to this show, I am sorely disappointed in you. And I get it. The show didn't have a lot of hype. And it's not like they gave you anything to like either. The biggest pop of the night went to Undertaker. It went to The Undertaker. Yeah, that should tell you how bad this show was. But for real, regardless of how horribly hyped this was, you bought a ticket. If the whole idea was, well, we're gonna go and be quiet to send a message to WWE, you don't send a message when you buy a ticket, people. Yeah, why not send a message? Don't buy a ticket. Don't show up. And I get a lot of you had to show up because most of you think like me. I'm not going to abandon the new generation. I'm not going to abandon the new guys when they're getting showcased. I want them to get noticed. I want these people to get respect and love and admiration.
How can the Philly, the home of ECW, be so silent?
The Philly and West Philadelphia. How can Philly be this week? I don't know. And the thing is, I always praise Philly as at least one of the top 3 crowds in all of wrestling. I say Brooklyn. Well, number 1 is always going to be Chicago. I said Chicago. I say Brooklyn. And then I say Philly. I think after tonight, y'all might have just fallen off. I think Toronto just replaced you, and I think Houston just topped you too. I think you have now dropped to number 5, Philly. This was awful. I'm sorry. I get it. The show was not all that exciting, but motherfucker, if you're gonna be there, if you're going to buy a ticket anyways, and those tickets are not cheap, they are expensive. If you're gonna pay that much money, make some noise consistently. I just have to say it. I didn't like this crowd. This crowd was weak, and it killed the show to me. Matches that I thought were actually pretty decent felt like a bore, felt like a chore, because the crowd was so dead. And a match that took a hit was the Elimination Chamber match for the Tag Team Championship. The SmackDown Tag Team Championship. The New Day versus the Usos versus the Dirt Sheet, a.k.a. John Morrison and The Miz, versus Heavy Machinery, Otis and Tucker, Dolph Ziggler, and Don't Call Me Bobby, Robert Roode, and then the Lucha House Party. The first half of this match was sloppy as hell. And I'm not going to lie, it was pretty boring. It was like they didn't know what to do. And I think a lot of that was miscommunication. You get me? Maybe Lince Dorado, Grand Metalik, their English is not as strong. So they were missing spots because they were like, we don't know. We don't know. We don't speak any English. I don't know. It was sloppy. And quite frankly, it didn't get interesting until Otis and Tucker entered the ring and started eliminating people. And then, of course, it got real interesting when my boys got their hands on Ziggy. Ziggy, let me steal your girl, Iggy. And Robert, don't call me Bobby Roode. That's when it got good. That's when it just became a little bit more interesting than usual. I personally enjoyed seeing Otis get a small amount of offense on Ziggler. And I also love seeing Tucker take a freaking tank dive off the top of the pod. You don't usually see that from Big Man. He looked like he killed him. It was an awesome spot. It wasn't as crazy as freaking Lince Dorado doing a goddamn shooting star press from the ceiling of the cage. I'm not kidding you. He did a shooting star press from the ceiling of the cage. Go watch it. What I said happened. A shooting star press from the ceiling of the cage. It was insane. My other favorite spot was seeing Otis get so angry that he ended up charging out of the cell. So you know how the pods have glass, right? And behind the pods is an empty glass area that leads to the outside. Well, Otis, when he was charging for Ziggler, Miss Ziggler pushed through the cell and then crashed to the outside and landed near the announcer table. It was crazy. This led Ziggler and Robert to pin Tucker for the win and eliminate them. And he got a lot of heel heat for that. And in my mind, I'm going, you know what? He has so much heat right now. He took my boy's girl. By the way, Mandy Rose on Twitter. Let me pull it up real quick because I want to get this word for word. But on Twitter responded to this. And I don't know what Ziggler did to my girl Mandy, but he turned her into one of them. I don't wanna say the word. Starts with a T and rhymes with ot. Sorry, I had to say it. He turned her into one of those, and I was like, "What up, man? Why you dissing my boy?" Okay, but here's what Mandy said, and I quote: "Otis is always thick-headed. He just cost him and his partner this match. Dolph and Robert are that much closer. Just saying." And I'm like, Mandy, hold on for a minute. I know, I understand that you blondes think y'all can get away with this stuff because blonde hair, blue eye, apple pie, America here in WWE. But don't be dissing my boy Otis like that, okay? You're not gonna get far dissing my boy Otis. Cause let's get something straight. You cute, but you ain't no Liv Morgan. Sorry, what was I trying to say? You cute, but I'm sorry. You don't get by dissing my boy, so you better cut that off real quick before Otis hops onto the next girl. What's Dana Brooke doing? Is she still trying to bang Batista? Or did he move on from her? Did he already bang her and move on? Because if she free, my boy Otis, hop on that. Better yet, you see Corey Graves on the outside, I want you to eat his ass alive and take his girl. Literally just get goddamn Corey Graves, put him in an oven, make you some Corey chicken, eat him up, and then go to Carmella's house and be like, "What's up, Carmella? What's up? What you doing?" And she'd be like, I'm just saying, Mandy, you better not be messing with my boy Otis. I'm having too much fun. Do I have to talk about the rest of the show? I want to stay on Otis. I really like Otis. Like, I'm digging this storyline. And Ziggler is the salt of the earth. I want to see his ass get kicked. Fine, let's talk about the rest of the goddamn match. So as soon as you give Ziggler all that heat, he has the heat of a thousand suns. After he eliminates Otis, in my head I went, dude, give him the belts. You have all this heat on Ziggler right now. This is the perfect time to give him a championship. The perfect time. Go all the way with it. What did they do? They eliminate Ziggler and Rude right away. So all the heat that he got, gone. Gone. I mean, oh Lord. Come on, go ahead and say it with me. Oh Lord. Lord. One more time. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
I went to the show, but honestly there was a lot of casuals there, not the usual Philly crowd. The section I was in tried, but we fail. Love your show, bro.
Thanks for Blaze for hey. I'm not saying Philly is a horrible city, but that crowd, and you can agree, sucked. It was doo-doo. And if that's the casual fans, we got some of the weakest casual fans out of any wrestling show. AEW gets casual fans too, and they are loud. That's one thing AEW has over you, WWE. All their crowds are loud. And yours tonight especially suck. Back to the match. Ziggler and Rude are eliminated. As soon as they were gone, I stopped caring. I like the New Day. I like the Usos. And I like Miz and Morrison, but I didn't care about the match. I didn't care. All I cared about was Otis and Ziggler, and since they were gone, I just stopped caring. Morrison and Miz retain. The New Day end up losing again. And now I'm curious to know if they will split up or not.
Watch Ziggler be innocent in this Mandy Otis deal.
Why would he be innocent? He stole his girl. He openly stole his girl. He stole his girl. Dag nabbit. Alright. So the match was decent. There were some good things about it, but overall, like, it was way too sloppy. There were too many bodies inside the ring for me to keep up with. I'd rather we don't do any more tag team chamber matches. Just keep it 6. 6 men, 6 women. Done. Personally, I would have liked to have seen the women get the chamber matches this year. This should have been the SmackDown chamber match. But I'm hearing versions. I'm hearing reports that say that the women's match at WrestleMania is now going to be a 6-pack challenge. Bayley versus Sasha versus America. Lacey Evans, Lacey Luger, the Lacey Express. Lacey Evans, Carmella, Alexa Bliss, Dana Brooke, or Nikki Cross. One of those two. Well, Naomi. I miss Naomi. So, okay. So, take out... Tell you what. Take out Nikki Cross, put in Naomi. There you go. 6-pack challenge. I'm cool with that. I'm not complaining about that. Are you? Because I ain't. Cool. Alright. Oh, what's next? Was it AJ versus Aleister Black in the no DQ match? Okay, so this is a no disqualification match. AJ versus Aleister Black. Why was this weak? Like, real talk. This was one of the weakest matches of the show. Perhaps one of AJ's worst matches in WWE. This should not have been this weak. Like, a majority of the match was AJ working slow, working like a goddamn heavyweight, a super heavyweight. He once in a while pulled off the Pele kick and flying forearm and all that kind of stuff, but I'm sorry, it feels like AJ Styles is working hurt. This is nowhere near the quality of matches that he used to have, and I know that fans won't say it because it's AJ Styles. I'll say it. This is nowhere near his level of performance. It's not. And he knows that. So I need to know, is he working hurt? Because if he's working hurt, he should not be fighting Taker at WrestleMania. He's going to fight Taker at WrestleMania because that's what they're doing. But, like, Taker in his 50s working with an injured AJ Styles does not excite me at WrestleMania whatsoever. So if he is working hurt, please get better. Please get better. I gotta know if he's working hurt or not, because I think he is. Also, it's no DQ, right? Why was Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows just standing out there? They were out there. They wasn't backstage. They were just standing out there watching AJ fight Aleister Black. And I'm sitting here going, it's no DQ. Get your asses in the ring. Do 3-on-1. They waited a whole 20 minutes before they got into the match. I hated it. I'm sorry. I did not like this match whatsoever. Then when they finally interfered, 20 minutes in, gong, the lights go out, Undertaker shows up. And of course, like I said, Taker gets the biggest pop of the night. And then he chokeslams AJ, and Aleister Black hits him with that amazing Black Mass kick. And AJ sold it like $1 million. That was honestly the second best part of the match. Taker was the best part, and the second best part was the sell of the super kick. The super kick or the Black Mass kick? The roundhouse kick that he does. Black gets his win back. He beats AJ after he lost to him on Monday night. And yeah, there you go. Taker versus AJ is the next match for WrestleMania. Yay? I'm sorry. AJ versus Taker 10 years ago would have been a classic. You goddamn right that would have been a match I would have paid so much money to see. Taker in 2010 was at his best. For me, Taker's best years was 2005, 2013. What was the CM Punk match? 2013? Yeah. So 2005 to about 2013, those were Taker's best years as a performer. He was having some of the best matches ever during those years. Not saying he didn't before. His match with Kane at WrestleMania 14, instant classic, one of my favorite WrestleMania matches. One of the best build feuds of all time. Fight me on that. But still, past that, 2005 to 2013 Taker was him at his best. 2014 to 2020 Taker? No. 2020 Taker especially is just sad to watch. And now I'm supposed to be excited for AJ Styles, who's injured, to be bumped around and lose to Taker in his 50s. I'm not excited for that. I'm not. Sorry. But whatever. Okay. Let's just get to WrestleMania and let AJ lose to Taker because, again, fuck future, right? Fuck our future. The match between AJ and Alyx Black was average. It was a raw quality match. There was some good things about it, but quite frankly, it was way too long. It was horribly booked. Why are you gonna make it an no DQ and then have Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows just stand out there for 20 minutes and do nothing? Black won and got his win back. Street Profits took on Seth Rollins and Murphy. What are these guys called? Rollins and Murphy. What are they called? Is there ever going to be a tag team name given to these guys? Is it the Disciples? Is it Rollins and his cult? What are they called? The Holy Trinity? Well, it can't be Trinity because they're only 4 people. Alright, we'll figure it out. This match did one thing for me. It made me realize how much I really don't like Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins' feud. I'm basically done with it. It's stupid. I already told you guys how I feel about this Messiah gimmick. I mean, on paper, I guess it makes sense because Seth Rollins is a martyr. He gave his life to the fans and they turned their backs on him, and so he's a martyr for that, and he's trying to save us. And on paper, this gimmick could really be something because the more he talks, the more influence he gets, the more people who want to be around him. The idea that he can turn a referee, turncoat, and get a referee to be his own personal ref, thought that was awesome. I thought about maybe turning one of the divas into a member, maybe getting one, I said divas, women's wrestlers into a member, get someone from NXT who wasn't doing anything, I don't know, Tainara Conti, perhaps. Something. Make them a follower. Like, really, like, go straight edge society with this, because that's what this is. This is straight edge society. Not as good, but it's what that is. Go all the way with it. We're not doing anything. We're just stuck with Owens and Rollins doing Tom and Jerry every single goddamn week, and I hate it. This is stupid. Owens went out there with some popcorn and threw it in Seth Rollins' face, and I'm just like, what is this? Who thinks this is entertaining? And now I'm supposed to be excited for Owens versus Rollins at WrestleMania? I don't give a damn. Why should I want to see Rollins get his ass kicked? Why should I want to see Owens kick Rollins' ass when I've already seen it? Jesus Christ. Street Profits look great. I'm so happy we've gone past them hyping the show, even though they did it for like 5 seconds on tonight's show. They're wrestling now. And now that they're wrestling, and now that they're putting more emphasis on themselves, they're great again. I didn't like the Street Profits hyping up everyone else in the show. I hated that. But now that they're hyping themselves up, I can get behind that. We're good. So yes, they should be tag team champs, and I'm happy they retained because of Kevin Owens' interference. But I am done with Owens and Rollins. This feud is garbage. End it soon. Have Owens beat Rollins at WrestleMania and be done with it. Move on from it. I don't care what you do. If you want to send Rollins on vacation, send him on vacation. This is dumb. This is dumb. I'm sorry. It's stupid. Oh, Jesus. Alright. Next up, I believe, is... I'm trying to remember. Holy crap, what was next? Live chat. What was next? Maybe I should pull up. I think I might have to pull up the actual card because I know I missed. What match was next? I don't think it was the Women's Chamber. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. I'm literally blanking on the next match. It was that forgettable. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, the IC Championship match. It was Sami Zayn, Nakamura, and Cesaro versus Braun Strowman for the IC title. Holy crap! completely blanked on that match. I'm not kidding you. And I said I was going to talk about it. Okay, the Intercontinental 3-on-1 handicap match. Why is it that Vince McMahon has to take all of the greatest talent in the world? Because you look at Cesaro, Nakamura, and Sami Zayn. All of them individually should be main event players. Should be. They're not. They're barely mid-carders. But they should be main event players. They were main event players in NXT. They would be main event players on any other show. Any other wrestling show. But here in WWE, just a regular mid-carder. Right? But you see these guys. And you see what they're doing. Sami Zayn, who for the longest time was and still is one of the best wrestlers in the world, has been turned into a goddamn generic, by the books, cowardly chicken shit heel as a manager. And you look at it and go, I hate it. It's just so boring and one-on-one wrestling that just is odd and ugh. And then you got Nakamura, who really, they messed up so many times. And don't get me started on Cesaro. I got a video coming with Cesaro later on this month that you guys gotta watch. Because I think it's time for him to go. But you see these guys. And they're in this stable that makes no sense. What are they called? Look, the Artist Collective? Ugh! Nightmare Collective was one thing, but the Artist Collective? So Vince McMahon stripped them of all notoriety, all coolness, and turned them into these hammer-naggers. And then you got the star, Braun Strowman. And guess what happens to Braun Strowman? They pull a big show on him, and he loses. After just getting the IC title, not that long ago, he loses the strap to Sami Zayn. They bastardized Sami Zayn over these last few years. They treated him like a joke. They put him in obscurity. They dropped him off the face of the goddamn earth. They took a guy that I felt was one of the most over talents in the world at one point as a babyface. They did nothing with him for years. And then they turned him heel and then did nothing with him as a heel. And then now that he's a manager, because that's what Vince wants. Vince sees him as a guy who can talk and be annoying. Now I'm going to give you the title. Now we give him a championship. And let me tell you this. This is the first title he's held in WWE. It's the first title he's held. And the sad part is,
Seth's stable should be called the Cult, the Sanctuary, the Rollins Monarch, or the Architect.
ooh, the Sanctuary.
Army.
The Rollins Monarch. We can shake that one up a little bit, but I like the Sanctuary. That sounds pretty good. Sanctuary! Sanctuary! If you know where that comes from, we can be friends. Now, yes, Sami Zayn. Stop messaging me. Sami Zayn is now the IC champ. Usually I would be happy about this. And there's a side of me that is happy for him. Good for you, Sami. You finally got a belt. But I hate that it came after he was completely embarrassed. It came after the guy got his ass put through the goddamn ringer. His character was destroyed. He was treated like a joke. Still is a joke. But he had to go through all of the Vince McMahon-isms to finally get a title. One title, by the way. One title. One. This is his punishment for getting over by himself. Now watch him drop that belt back to Strowman or to someone else at WrestleMania. I think the biggest victim in all of this is Braun Strowman. They Big Showed the guy. You look at people like Big Show and Braun Strowman, and you see Brock Lesnar's people that should never, ever, 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 hardly ever be beaten. Strowman has lost more matches in the last few years than I can count or I can remember. He has been treated like a goddamn imbecile. And what pisses me off about Braun Strowman more than any other people inside the match, he's not from the Indies. Cesaro, Nakamura, and Sami Zayn, they're from the Indies. So you kind of get why they got bastardized by the WWE system. Strowman is not from the Indies. He is a WWE creation that got over. Like, y'all, like, we like Strowman. We want Strowman. It's a creation you made. Give him to us. And we begged for him. We begged for him. And we begged for him. And they never gave it to us. And then now all of a sudden, hey, here he is, IC champ. I'm like, he was over in 2017, you idiots. He was a lot over in 2018. But you wait to put one championship on him in 2020, 4 or 5 years later. And they wonder why they can't create stars. They don't capitalize on this crap. But yeah, Sami Zayn's the new IC champ. The match was average. It wasn't great. It wasn't horrible. It was just there. Just like this goddamn show. Main event time. I'm getting frustrated now. The more I think about them. How they bastardize 3 of my favorite wrestlers, man. 4 of them. The main event was the women's Elimination Chamber match. We had Asuka versus Sarah Logan versus Liv Morgan versus Ruby Riott versus Shayna Baszler versus Natalya. So, if your name is not Shayna Baszler, you didn't matter in this match. This was a squash. A sheer domination from Shayna Baszler. She made them all tap out. She made them all pass out. She beat that ass to and fro. She beat that ass from all the way to Chicago. From Philly to Chicago. She beat that ass and made it look so sweet. Too sweet. But yeah, she is definitely as of right now, she is perhaps the most dominant female on the Raw roster. And I'm sorry, everyone else matters nothing. They don't matter. Liv Morgan, who I love, by the way, I love Liv Morgan. I want a wife. I want that to be my wife. Okay? I think Sarah Logan she has potential. Don't know if she'll ever reach it in WWE, but there's potential. Ruby Riott, she's another one I'm talking about this month. She's going to get her own video. It's probably next week, I think. But Ruby Riott, she did a promo on the pre-show. Peter Rosenberg asked her, like, how does it feel to be a second fiddle, essentially. Lit a fire under her ass. And that woman cut what I thought was one of the best promos that she ever cut in terms of WWE. That woman was pissed. She was all like, I am tired of being overlooked. I am sick of people talking about Ronda and all these other bitches and not giving me a shot. I'm like, exactly!
Well, at least the Shayna beat all 5 like a beast.
Yeah, she looked like a goddamn dominant monster. As she should be. But my girl Ruby Riott, she cut an awesome promo. And what is the one thing I keep saying about Ruby Riott? Let her talk. Give her a mic. Let her go out there and just speak what's on her heart. Because when you light a fire under her like that and she goes off, she's fucking awesome. But the problem is when you treat her like a nobody, when you don't give her any time to shine, when you don't allow her to go out there to talk, and you just put her on TV and expect for us to care about her, it's not going to work. So I'm sorry. I think she could be someone special, but she was just a ham and egger here.
Great to see Asuka and Shayna representing us Asians. Shayna is half Chinese, in case you didn't know.
For real? I didn't know she was half Chinese. I didn't. You serious? Well, shut up. All right. I didn't know Shayna was Asian. I must be sleeping. Well, thank you for telling me about that. I literally thought she was just white. Seriously, I thought she was just a typical white girl, but what do I know? Anyways, yeah, Ruby should be getting a lot more TV time. Asuka is... Don't get me started on Asuka. Please don't. Don't get me started on Asuka. Don't get me started on Natalya either. Natalya just needs to go away. And I say that because I love her. She just needs time off. We need to miss Natalya. She's on TV too much. I need to miss Natty. I say...
Alyx, what was the point of this women's EC match? We all knew the outcome of the match. Poor Liv too when Shayna got her hands on her.
Oh, man. That spot when Liv got rammed into the cage, that was nasty. She took a nasty bump for Shayna. Made her look like $1 million. Props to Liv for that. But don't get me started on how awfully they booked Natalya and how awfully they booked Asuka. Natty might be at that point where she might just have to leave WWE to get respect back, because she like, I'm even at the point now where I groan when she comes out. Not saying she's a terrible talent, but they just completely misused her and treated her like a joke for so long. You're just used to not taking her seriously. You are used to not taking Natalya seriously. So do something different with her. You might have to send her to NXT. You might have to just let her leave. Give her a break. Because I'm sorry, I don't take her seriously. She's a beautiful woman with a beautiful soul. I'm not just saying that because, you know, I got her to talk to me a couple of times on Twitter. You know what I mean? Like, my games. Anyways, she's a beautiful woman. It's just the booking sucks. And Asuka really should be the top of this division. You look at Asuka right now, you cannot argue. You cannot argue against the fact that she's the best wrestler, the best female wrestler they have. Asuka, hands down, is the best female wrestler in WWE. I love Becky. I love Charlotte. I love Sasha. Asuka's number one. Asuka is the best. Asuka's number one. Sorry, Lana. Not really. But yeah, Asuka, for some reason, what the hell I'm talking about? For some reason, Vince doesn't like her. I know why he doesn't like her, because she's not blonde hair, blue eye, apple pie. You know the rest. She from over there in the seas. She one of them ching chong. Oh God, that was racist. But that's how they're thinking, though. You know, that's how they think. Oh God damn it, she is not American. We represent the country of America. We don't take them Japs. Them goddamn chaps. You are so right. Oh my God, I hate them. I hate them. So, okay. Poor Asuka. It was a nice little back and forth between her and Shayna inside the ring, which was probably the best part of the match. But eventually, she just tapped to Shayna. Now, I will say this. Seeing Shayna Baszler dominate all the women was awesome. I thought that made her look like a beast, and she's going to fight Becky at WrestleMania, as she should. But the thing is, you saw it coming. The night Shayna bit Becky's neck, you already knew she's going to WrestleMania. Guess what? She going to WrestleMania. This show was nothing. This was a nothing show that did nothing for anybody. It was boring in a lot of parts. It was great in other parts. No one really got over. No one got over on the show. No heel heat was given to anyone. This is literally a nothing show. No stories were advanced. Maybe Taker and AJ somewhat got advanced, I guess. Somewhat? Although it was literally the same thing we saw at Saudi Arabia. Again. It was a nothing show. You could literally take this show off and just head to WrestleMania and you'll be good. So if you watched it, there are some things to like about it, but quite frankly, skip it. It's a skippable show. That's my thoughts. I'm giving it a C. Very average, very skippable pay-per-view. What do you have to say? Let's go to the live chat. I think I'll give you guys a good 10 minutes. What do you guys think? Michael Ryan, Asuka did not tap. Michael Ryan, you are right. Asuka and Liv did not tap. They passed out. I agree with you on that, but still, they got destroyed. R. Riggs, I like Liv, but does she not belong in any ring with either Asuka and Shayna? But she does not belong. She does not belong. I disagree. I think we're sleeping on Liv a little bit. She's actually really good. We just don't give her enough respect. And you should. Deepak CR7. Make NXT a part of the draft. Superstar shakeup and draft Cesaro, Sami Zayn, Nakamura, Chad Gable, Ricochet, Kairi Sane, and Apollo Crews back to NXT. Please! For the love of God, please. Yo, give me your grades in the show. What are your grades for the show, ladies and gentlemen? Dr. Doom says Asuka is his champ on WWE 2K. Which version of 2K? Ricky Williams says he wants Shayna Baszler versus Ronda. Not Ronda, but Ronda Rousey. Axel Bonella says he gave it didn't watch out of 10. So he didn't really have anything to say. I saw that super chat, by the way. Justin Nolan. Get you in just a second, buddy.
Alex, what was the point of this women's EC match?
Well, the point was to make Shayna Baszler look like a monster, which they did. The point was made. Is it a match I would watch again? No, but the point was made. Pikachu Black gave it a D+. Ethan Parker gave it a D. Ari Riz gave it a G. I think he tried to put F. T-Pack RC gave it a 3.5 out of 10. Yikes, that's an F. Sam 3 gave it a 6 out of 10. That's average. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Mr. Crash. I'm supposed to believe Asuka, Kairi, and Natty are a threat to Shayna after she takes the belt off of Becky. Thank you. Ethan Parker gave it a 0 out of 10. Like, you basically buried the women's roster. I keep using that word as of lately, but you did. No one else is a match for Becky except Shayna. And no one else is a match for Shayna except Becky. Becky's no one that needs to take a break. But yeah. Let's see. Dr. Doom gave it a D-. Prince Rockstar gave it a 0 out of 10. Ouch. Isaac gave it a 0 out of 10. David Sakaria gave it a 4 out of 10. Bret Hart Style, 4 out of 10. Eric DX gave it the same thing. Eddie Lamb Music. Hey, Deluxe, man. Alex. My name's Alex. I'm kidding. You can call me Deluxe, man. Did you get a new camera? Your videos look kind of different tonight. I got new lighting. It was the lighting, buddy. Let's see here. Firestar Heart. Furthermore, having Shayna dominate in the style in which she did completely threw the match off into a stall. She not only ran through everybody, but that was literally a long pause in between. Yeah, it was not the easiest match to watch. I agree. Pradden, is it Pradden or Pradden? Pradden Whiteheart. Whiteheart? The fuck? Pradden Whitehead gave it a C. Blazer Press gave it an F-. Oh God, was it the worst pay-per-view of the year for you? Y2 Jericho gave it a -C, C-, whatever. Joy Williams gave it -1,000. It's under 0. It's under 900. -900, whatever. Asuna Luna. Blaz Blue Cross Tag Battle was more interesting than EC. Should I know what Blaz Blue is? Blaze for Prez, -1 out of 10. God damn, boy. Ethan Parker, Deluxman all day, screw Alex. Well, screw you, sir! Block him! No, I'm joking. Don't block him. Anyways, we got Jay Bernard. Oh, yeah, guys. Jay Bernard is in charge of the subreddit. Remember the subreddit I told you about? He wants you to join it. Join the subreddit. He gave the show a C. So, tell you what, Jay Bernard, as soon as this is over with, start a thread on the subreddit asking fans their thoughts on the show. I'm curious to know, and I'll be up there. Tell you what, If you give me your thoughts on the show, I'll be on Reddit sometime tomorrow to respond on subreddit. So if you have a Reddit page or account, follow the page. Follow the page. We got some good things coming, especially mashups. Let's see here. This is going by really fast. I'm missing a lot. I apologize. Suna Luna says, it's a fighting game. BlazBlue. You have to check that out. Light Skin King says, this show was worse than December to Dismember. I don't know about that. I think this was better than December to Dismember. In my opinion. Firestar Heart, originally I gave it a C, and the show overall originally he gave it a C, and the show overall got a C from me, but after I cooled off and thought about it, I brought it up to a B-. You're very nice. You're a very nice person. I'm keeping it at a C. Jose Jazzy. Ah, damn it. I missed him. Sorry, man. Let's see here. Y2 Jericho. Alyx, I am starting to warm up to Tucker Knight. I didn't really see him like that till the Gauntlet match, but he's got potential. I don't know about breaking up heavy machinery, but could be a great mid-card guy. Absolutely. Jay Bernard just gave you a link to the Reddit page. r/the Wrestling Safe Space is the Reddit page. The Wrestling Safe Space. Firestar Heart is trying to reach 500 subscribers. Subscribe to him. Give him some followers, guys, if you're interested in what he has to do. I think he does Let's Plays. Wrestling Let's Plays. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Mr. Krause. I'm going to give it a C. It was an alright show. 3. Otis Mania needs to happen. Kofi Mania? It's time about that Otis Mania, boy. Sub me because you. If Shayna bit someone in Elimination Chamber, what if she bit someone? I have no idea. You gotta get a stake on her, or get a silver bullet or something, or get a cross. Becky the Vampire Slayer might have to just jump out there and do something. AEW Music. Speaking of AEW, I did a music gig on Thursday and covered Jericho's song. Judas in my mind. Did you record it? I want to hear it. Send it to me on Facebook. Lorenzo Hernandez? That's Henderson. I'm tired. Lorenzo Henderson turns it to Hernandez. I'm scared for this year's Mania. You're scared? Genius Expert. Fake and stupid. I agree. Diajon, Mr. Powell. Is there anything they can do to get Shayna over before Mania? Just keep having her win. That's all I can say about that. Let's see here. Okay, don't spam Genius Expert. I'm pretty sure the moderators will not appreciate that, and they will do what they have to do to make sure you don't spam. Let's see here. Joseph Winters, Becky might kill Shayna at WrestleMania. Yeah, okay, guys. Genius Expert is, he's taking up the chat. One of you moderators handle that for me, please. I really appreciate that. One of you with the wrenches, take care of that for me, please. Thank you. I don't like the spamming. Dr. Doom! Hashtag live to AEW. Hashtag save live. David Sakaria. Hashtag cleanse WWE. Andy Rojas. Mandy should kiss Dolph Ziggler after he wins anyways. Firestar Heart. Spammer no spamming! Time out for you, sir! Yandeku 2500. Should the NXT men be a part of WrestleMania? Now they got their own show. They don't need them. The only thing that should be a part of WrestleMania that's NXT based is Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. Anyways. Jordan Williams, hashtag Shayna bit me. Oh no. Are you a Shayna vampire? Wait, I don't know what I was trying to say. Tino Bills, Alyx, who's the top 5 hotel girls in all of wrestling? Hotel girls? What's that supposed to mean? Is Shayna what? If Shayna what, you be what? Let's see here. The Z King, number 14. Poor Liv was a dead girl as soon as her pod opened. Yeah, as soon as that pod opened, Shayna said, come here, let's play. Boom! Right into the goddamn cage. She was like, I don't want to play no more. She was like, too bad, bitch. Oh, Lord. Thank you for the super chat.
Who won the Women's Elimination Chamber match?
Brah! Go back and watch the review. It was Shayna. Shayna won. Let's see here. I mean, who was the top 5 hottest girls? I was about to say hotel girls. Top 5 hottest girls in wrestling? Alright, well, Alicia Adut. I gotta put Alicia in there. Not because she makes an intro for my video. I genuinely think she's one of the hottest girls in wrestling right now. For real talk. She is hot. Liv Morgan. Bailey. And that ass. That ass. Sasha Banks and Becky. I think all 5 of them were like the hottest girls in wrestling. I'm pretty sure there are other ones. For real talk, if I just look at AEW, you can't mention AEW and not mention Brandy Rose. Brandy? Cody, you lucky bastard. I think my girl Shayna? Boy. Get me that number. Get me that number. Penelope Ford is a looker too. That's another one where you go, God damn. Like, goddamn. And Hikaru Shida. Boy. I've been looking at her a little bit more closely lately. I'm like, she got a body on her. That's another one you just go, wait. You a looker. Wait a minute. Now notice I didn't mention Peyton Royce, who, by the way, y'all have to be following Peyton Royce on Instagram. I don't know what she doing, but she doing something, and she needs to keep doing it. Now, let's not overlook the other half member of Iconic, because they're both very attractive. I didn't mention anybody from NXT, by the way, who we shouldn't overlook, because we got some hot girls at NXT. You know who really is hot, though? Zelina Vega. Zelina, my girl. You know what? I just thought about it. I am going to replace... Ooh, who do I replace in my top 5? I think I might have to... Do I have to replace Becky? Oh, no. Well, Becky's about to be married. Oh, well. Well, Zelina's married, too. Fuck. Damn it, there's too many hot girls. Well. My girl Zelina. Boy. If I had to marry someone? Just saying. Bianca Belair got an ass. Bianca Belair is Naomi. They both got ass. And that is fine ass. Now, Scarlett! My girl Scarlett. You probably don't even know who Scarlett is. Some of you don't know who Scarlett is. Just keep an eye out for NXT. And look out for the debut of a certain insane monster. Trust me. Mandy should kiss Ziggler at Mania, then slap Otis. I hope not. Don't do a Trish Christian from WrestleMania 20. That broke my heart. How do I feel about Toni Storm? Toni Storm also got ass. And she a looker. That's another looker. I remember when Rhea Ripley, just in that match with Toni Storm at the World's Collide pay-per-view, that woman turned around, didn't even try to break up the pin. She just turned around. She was like, I'm in pain. Ooh. Smack! Like, she forgot she was like, my back, my leg, my neck, my back, my neck, and my, ooh. Smack! And she went, and she went back to selling. Okay. Alright, that's enough, guys. Okay. Killer Cross is awesome. You guys are great. Thank you for making me a part of your day. Give me your thoughts on this show down below in the comments. I'm going to cut it off right here. I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you for the donations. As always, thank you for being a part of my day, and thank you for making me a part of yours. I hope you guys have a great Sunday night, and you have a good rest of the week. This is Alyx, just Alyx, signing out. Happy spring break to all you crazy fans out there who are young. Enjoy it. because it's about to get crazy with the rest of this year. And try to keep yourself safe, too, because of the coronavirus stuff going around. Anyways, I'm out. This is Alyx, just Alyx, signing out right here in Alyx's world. Peace out.